Hello curious people, welcome to Jainism the Ancient Science. I am Manisha Gala from India and today I am going to talk about fear, the second basic instinct, Bhay Sangna. In this episode, we will first analyze what is fear, then we will discuss the karmic aspect of it and followed by how to tackle that fear. Fear is also a basic instinct and every worldly being has it. There will be some or other time in your life when you feel that fear. For some, such instances come quite often and for some it is occasional. But definitely some or other time everyone feels that fear. Now who feels it the most? It's the hellish beings. The beings that live in the hell. They are always scared, and that is because of their misinterpretation. Even if somebody is not going to harm them, they feel that the other person is definitely going to harm them. They live in dire situations. So every time something happens, they feel scared. They feel that fear. For us, it's not so often. We are blessed. But still, we also feel fear. Now let's understand and let's analyze this fear from our own perspectives, from the human perspective. Fear can be of the known, it can be of the unknown, and it can also be absolutely imaginary. Because all of us have very developed minds, so our imaginations can also go wild. And that is why we sometimes make believe certain situations and feel scared. Let's first take up the known situations. Now let's understand the fear of the known with some examples. Supposing a man is walking in a garden and he spots a snake. Definitely he will leave that place because he is scared of the snake bite and the trauma of poisoning. So that is one situation of known fear. Now let's take up the fear of the unknown. Say a woman who is lost in a jungle finds a tunnel and enters that tunnel. That tunnel is completely dark. She doesn't know where she is going to come out, whether she is going to come out or not. She keeps walking and suddenly something touches her head. Now that thing can be a plant, it can be a root of some tree or plant, it can also be a rat, it can be a bat, or it can also be a snake. Now that depends on that woman what she thinks about it, and depending on that imagination she may feel scared or may not feel scared. So that is the fear of the unknown. So this was one situation. There are many such situations. Say maybe a child is going in a lift alone and suddenly the lift gets a jerk. The child may get scared. Oh, is the lift going to break? Is it going to stop midway? Is there any electricity problem? Will the door get jammed? Will there be dark? Will there be enough air? Will I be able to breathe or no? See, within few seconds, that child gets so many thoughts and she is completely scared. Nothing has happened. It is simply a jerk. The lift is not going to stop or the lift is not going to get spoiled. But that fear instinct suddenly popped up in her mind and she started feeling scared. She might start crying. So that was the result of imaginary fear or the fear of the unknown, what is going to happen next. And sometimes the fear can be absolutely imaginary. That can happen even for the strongest person. Let's take an example of a strong man who never gets scared of anybody, and someone asks him to visit a house which is in a forest. He goes there, he opens the house, it's completely dark, and suddenly he feels that what if there is a ghost here. He's scared of no one, but he may be scared of ghosts, and there is a ghost or no, that's a secondary thing, but that instinct of fear suddenly popped up and he started feeling scared. This is how fear can pop up anytime out of nowhere. Even sometimes we are sitting and thinking about some possible situations and then we start getting nervous, we start feeling scared. That can also happen. So these were some of the examples of fear: fear of the known, fear of the unknown, the imaginatory fear. So now let's understand what is the reason behind it. Definitely, when we talk about instinct, there is some karma behind it. The karma behind fear instinct is Viryantarai karma. Let me explain you this term. Viryantarai is made up of two words, Virya and Antarai. Virya means power, the soul power, and Antarai means obstruction or obstacle. So, when the soul power is obstructed, it makes your soul weak. The Viryantarai karma makes your soul weak, and that is why you feel scared, you feel weak. Jain scriptures also say that depression is also the result of Viryantarai karma. When your soul becomes weak, it feels helpless. See, in depression, we see that even the small situation, the patient makes it big. He thinks about all the negative aspects of it and feels scared, feels depressed. So, that is Viryantarai karma. It reduces the soul power. So, this was the reason behind the basic instinct of fear. Now, let's see how to tackle it. There are quite a few ways to tackle it. First, we'll take the karmic way. How that karma is formed, let's understand that. Any antarai karma comes as is. If you make others feel scared, you will feel scared in the future. Simple. There are people who threaten others, that reduces their soul power for the future. Today your soul is powerful. That doesn't mean that you are going to be powerful forever. One has to be very careful about the karma, because karma don't spare anyone. And if you are in a powerful position and you threaten others, this means you are inviting weakness for yourself. There are other ways to use the power. There are ways to help people. So it is better to use your power for good causes than threatening others. This was the karma thing. Now let's come to the practical aspect of it. How to tackle that fear. Fear of the known, at least. Let us take that up first. When we are put into one situation, we think about the outcomes of that situation. The bad consequences make us feel scared, and the good consequences make us feel happy. There are people who always think about the bad situations or bad consequences and they feel scared. They completely ignore the other side of the coin. They don't even think that this same situation can have a better outcome also. So, for those who always feel scared of one or other situations, for them it is better that they should take into consideration both the sides of the coin. Think about both the situations, the bad ones and the good ones. So, when you think about both the situations, definitely your fear will subside, because you will see the bright side of the future. This is also possible. I'm not asking, or I'm not suggesting to see only the bright side. Of course, you should be aware of the dark side also. But when you evaluate both the consequences, you will be able to weigh them also. What is a bigger possibility, and accordingly sometimes you can also find innovative solutions to that problem. But if you have not thought about the bright side, then you will definitely think about only dark side and keep feeling scared, and also you may take steps towards that dark side only because you have never seen the bright side of it. Another step is to stop imagining. If you are sitting alone and thinking about something and that thought process is going somewhere down, low, stop there. It is possible to control our thoughts. Our thoughts are like that gramophone record where the pin is. The pin goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Stop that. If your pin is going somewhere and that song you don't like, lift that pin and put somewhere else. Same goes for the thought process. If you are thinking about something and that is making you feel scared, just lift that pin up and put your brain into some other situation. Start thinking about something else and definitely your mind will get diverted from that fear. Even if you are in such a situation that makes you feel scared and you are imagining things, then start imagining something good. Say, for example, I'll take up the example of that child only. She started thinking, what will happen to me in the lift? Maybe the lift, let's take up a situation that lift pause for a while. But she also can think that, okay, it has paused, it will start soon, or somebody will just open the door from outside. There will be someone who is going to open the lift. Although lift has just paused and it starts in a while, but those few seconds are also worrisome for someone, or it can be courageous also. The another situation can be, she can start thinking about the ways to come out, whether to press some button, whether to alert somebody or shout out, somebody will hear my voice. But if she just sinks into fear, then she may not talk only. So situations are results of karma, but it is up to us how we react to those situations. It is the time for us to tap our soul power and bring a different outcome. That is the reason spiritual people, they don't feel so much scared. Maybe they have so much control over their souls, or they have tapped their soul power so much that they don't feel scared. They are ready to accept the situations. Instead of imagining, they rather wait for something to happen and then they decide to react. They may react differently. They may let the situation pass without giving any reactions or feeling scared. They may just wait for the help to come in maybe dire situations. So it is up to us. The soul has tremendous power, and tap your soul power. If you want to come out of something, it is you only who can help yourself. Nobody can help you. You are your great help, and learn to come out of that fear at least. So this was all about the instinct of fear, and in the next episode I will talk about the third basic instinct, Maithun Sangna. Till then, stay connected.